Good morning. Welcome to Daily Reflection with Aneel Aranha. Today is the 13th of April and we're going to reflect on John 6, 1 to 15. It's a rather long passage, but it's a very interesting one, so listen. After this, Jesus went to the other side of the Sea of Galilee, also known as the Sea of Tiberias. A large crowd kept following him because they saw the signs that he was doing for the sick. Jesus went up the mountain and sat down there with his disciples. Now the Passover, the festival of the Jews, was near. When he looked up and saw a large crowd coming toward him, Jesus said to Philip, "Where are we to buy bread for these people to eat?" He said this to test him, for he himself knew what he was going to do. Philip answered him, 6 months' wages would not buy enough bread for each of them to get even a little. One of his disciples, Andrew, Simon Peter's brother, said to him, "There is a boy here who has 5 barley loaves and 2 fish, but what are they among so many people?" And Jesus said, "Make the people sit down." Now there was a great deal of grass in the place, so they sat down, about 5,000 in all. Then Jesus took the loaves, and when he had given thanks, he distributed them to those who were seated, so also the fish, as much as they wanted. When they were satisfied, he told his disciples, "Gather up the fragments left over so that nothing may be lost." So they gathered them up, and from the fragments of the 5 barley loaves left by those who had eaten, they filled 12 baskets. When the people saw the sign that he had done, they began to say, "This is indeed the prophet who is to come into the world." When Jesus realized that they were about to come and take him by force to make him king, he withdrew again to the mountain by himself. The Gospel of the Lord. After the 12 apostles had gone around feeding 5,000 people, there were 12 baskets of leftovers. Now here is a question I bet you never thought of asking. Who gets to take the 12 baskets home? The most common answer is that the 12 apostles get them, 1 for each apostle. However, I'd like to think that Jesus gave the 12 baskets to the boy who gave him the fish and loaves that he had. And in this is a great lesson for all of us. When we give the little we have to God, God uses it to bless thousands of people and then returns it to us multiplied manifold. In 15 years of ministry, I've seen this happen countless times with countless people. When they offer their talents to God, even though at the time they might seem little, God uses these talents to bless many, many people while blessing the giver in unimaginable ways. This is, of course, a scriptural promise. Jesus says, "Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over, will be poured out into your lap. For the measure you give will be the measure you get back." That's Luke 6:38. Now, this is a verse that is most commonly used before the collection basket is passed around. But while it undoubtedly holds good for money, it holds good for every single blessing we have received in our life. So share, and share freely. And as a start, you could begin by sharing these reflections with somebody that you know. Give, and it will be given to you.